So now I'm working on the shorter wall of the garage. So what I've done is I've made new jigs, new bracket jigs, smaller versions, because I didn't want to cut any more off the top of these telephone poles than I had to. So the first one, I didn't have to cut any. I measured what was there, and since it's 2 by 12, I actually measured 11 inches down, so that way it would overhang the pole a little bit. And that gave me like 8 inches. So all I did was make another 8-inch jig to screw to the pole. I had to cut the next pole, this one. That's all I had to take off the top of it. So, and notch it. Phew. Of course, it rained again last night. So, there's a whole bunch of standing water over here. The holes are filled with water again. And it's humid. It hasn't really gotten too hot yet. It's mid to high 80s right now, last time I checked it. So, I'm going to run a couple of 3-inch nails in that, just to hold it steady for now. I didn't need to put as many in these because of the fact that when I nailed all those joist hangers in, shoot, I got 8 on each bracket every 16 inches. So that's into that, so I didn't really need to do all that, so I'm just going to put a couple down it just to really sandwich it together and keep them from sliding like this too much or moving. And then notch the next pole, the last pole, get the last 2 header beams up, and then just the 2 2x12 banders, and I am thankfully done with all those giant 2x12s. I've reached the part of this project where I'm getting ready to put up the last 2 2x12s. I already have the first one lined out. We're going to run it from this point to that point. That's at an angle. I don't exactly know the angle. What I've done, I don't know if you can see. Let me see. Yep, you can. There's a string line running right there. Now what I did is I put it on the bottom of this header over here, and I ran it up to here, which I just took the string line and ran it past the corner where the rafter will meet. And I just nailed a nail in, wrapped the string around it, and then I could hammer the nail, bend the nail up or down in order to fine-tune adjust it. The way these things are, they have like a T on one side, so you could like hit on the board and then make a square or whatever, you know, hit it, the adjustment. It calls for a pivot. So what I did is I put the non-T end up against this header on this side. So that way I match this where the string comes around, and it actually hits on the 13-degree mark. So what I did is I just put on the end of the outside band and tilted it till it hit 13 degrees, put a mark, and cut it. So it gave me the angle for technically either which end. All I need is the length. So I can get the length, put it, and then make the same notch. So let's go ahead and drag the tape. So the measurement I got is 15 feet, 4 inches, and 3/8. So I'm going to run that same measurement on it and then cut my angle. It's 15, 4 inches, 3/8. Pivot my square to 13 degrees. I had my help here yesterday, and I had him finish hammering, nailing all the bracketry in that I'd already put up. So he just had to finish putting nails in them. About halfway done. It's supposed to rain more today. Unbelievable for August. But, so, my help, it's like an hour and a half, almost 2 hour drive for him. So he's probably not going to be coming up today. But I'm going to keep putting these roof rafters in. Another thing that I've done, you can see along the bottom here, I went to Lowe's yesterday and got a load of pressure treated lumber. And I also got another door. So the pressure treated band, lower band is in. That's actually going to be, my floor is going to be somewhere around that level. So my original plan was for it to be about 1.5 inches from that, from the top of that, but it might be at the top of that. But it's kind of high. I had to dig out over here to get it. The ground is actually dug out in that corner to get it flush. I originally did the math for 2x6 wrapping around the bottom, but I ended up doing 2x10. Reason being, the rest of it is on the ground. It's above the ground. So I only needed to dig out a little bit. So I needed to dig out a little bit that way, and I wanted the floor, the concrete of the garage, to be a few inches above the actual grade. I want a little bit of a curb to go in. I plan to put like a little drainage in front of it because my whole yard slopes. My whole yard slopes this way. So that way, and like half of the neighbor's yard slopes this way as well. But then it all slopes off that way and some back there. So this way, if I have a little bit of a curb to get into it, it's going to be a pain if I have to put like disabled vehicles in here, but I plan to put an anchor down in there so I can winch into it if I need to. And then I want to like slope the concrete forward just a little bit so the water drains out that way. So that way I can, like, if I have to hose it out or anything like that, it hoses out towards the doors. And then, like I said, I also got an extra door yesterday when I went to the hardware store, my local Lowe's. I'm putting the original entry door I bought is going this corner here. That's the front left corner. But I decided to put one on this side. Reason being, if I have a car in here, boat, whatever, and I'm doing the upholstery in it, so even if it's in this bay where there's no lift, which is, I can get the doors open and everything, so I'll be working on it in this bay. Well, if I need to like take a seat to have it covered or just make a simple adjustment on it, I have to take it out. That's like in its middle of winter and the heat's going and everything else. I have to go all the way around here to this door and walk all the way around the garage to where I could just put it right here and the upholstery shop's right there. So I picked up a door on clearance. It's a normal like $170 door. I got it for $140. It's a 6-panel door. It matches the other upstairs door and the other door over here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. They have other doors that are just straight panel doors. Like, there's no panels, no nothing. It's just flat. And they were $140. But they're only 32 inches wide. For another $5, I got a 36-inch wide door. So, and I also got the 4x4s I'm going to be putting in for the brackets that go down into the ground. And I also got the 16-foot 4x4s for the front doors. So after I get these roof rafters in and I get the top batter boards on, I'm going to go ahead and what's the word? Band the front. Finished banding the front. That is what it looks like with all my roof rafters up. I got them finished up yesterday in between the rain. I had a nice day for the most part, and then in the afternoon it rained a little bit. Determined to get the thing done, to get all the roof rafters in. So they're all in. Even the center one, which ended up ending up on the pole, obviously, like the floor joists did. But see if we can't get a nice good close up in here of how this ended up. Right there. I was actually rather happy with the way that met up with the pole. I didn't go quite in the center like it should have. I don't know, I guess I gotta double check my measurements and see how it didn't end up in the center. But all the roof rafters, all the floor joists, all the hangers are in, everything. So I've already started. You can probably see it, one right there, one right there. There's actually another one on the bottom. I started putting the batter boards in. That's what you actually attach the roofing to. I woke up this morning, it was like 65 degrees. It says it's 68 now. So this is the first day that on record that I'm aware of so far that's gotten down this low. So I guess fall's coming. We still got a little bit of wood left on the trailer. The only thing left on there is a bunch of 2x6s. I have a exorbitant amount of those. But due to the fact that when I initially was getting my order together, I took the tallest pole, measured what was out of the ground, and figured it for every 2 feet. A band every 2 feet, 24 inches on center. And I just did that for all the way around, even though like the one side's shorter. So I just went ahead and ordered it. What's a couple extra 2x6s? And I have 3 2x10s left over. Reason being, initially I was figured one on each end, and then an extra one, because to make it an even number, because it's supposed to be 25 total. So I just went ahead and ordered 26. Well, I decided to keep with 2x12 banding all the way around, since I did 2x12 headers. So that way, all the way around is 2x12 at the top of the structure. So I got 3 left in there. I'm gonna jump back up on the roof and get these 1x4 batter boards in. And I've been staggering the seam on it, so that way, like, if it breaks on the one roof rafter, on the next joint it'll break a couple down, and then it'll be, the next one up will be over from the first one. So I'm trying to make it so I don't have a single seam match in the same spot. All the battens are in to be able to screw the tin down to the top. They're not completely nailed up yet. I gotta go back up, and once I have more nails. I ran out of 3-inch nails. The only thing I have is 3.5s, and I need that for the front banding. I'm overcompensating. According to loading a 2x8, or no, it was 2x8 on 16 inches or 2x10 on 24-inch centers, and that will carry me out to 17.43 feet, and I don't have that. I'm at 15 feet 4 inches, and then but once you add the beams and everything else, it gets me wider. But so I'm well within. The only reason I didn't do every 24 inches with the 2x10s is because all my floor joists are on 16 on center, because in order to carry the load, it's think it's 200 pounds per square inch is what that rating equals out to be, which is way more than it needs to be. Like most industrial grading is only rated, like I work at an industrial place where the floor grading is only rated to 100 pounds per square foot, and I'm at 200 pounds per square foot. So it's more than I need. I don't plan to put engines up there. If I do, they'll have to go in the corners or something like that. But like I said, I don't want anything big and heavy like that up there. It's mainly a storage for larger parts, interiors, stuff to get out of the attic of my other garage for one day when I actually tear that down and build another one.